let's go back and do this one again. The main thing I want you to know about negative exponents is that it doesn't make the number negative. The negative just means that it gets flipped, okay? You take the reciprocal, but it doesn't make anything negative. And once you flip it, the negative sign goes away. So we've got negative 4 to the negative 3 power. That means 1 over negative 4 to the third power. Negative 4 to the third power is going to be 1 over negative 64. Okay, so here's another one. One of the things that I like to do sometimes is I like to, when I'm dealing with negative exponents, is I give myself a line like this. And if it's upstairs, it goes downstairs. And if it's downstairs, it goes upstairs if there's a negative. So for example, this is 1. 5 to the 0 is 1. So that just becomes 1. So now I've got 2 to the negative third. Well, that means it's upstairs, it's going to come downstairs. So 2 to the third power. So this equals 1 over 8. Okay, this one's a little trickier because we don't have parentheses. Okay, negative 3 to the negative 2. It's going to come down here. Negative 3 squared. Okay, 2 to the negative 3 is downstairs. It's going to come upstairs. So 2 to the third. So we've got 2 to the third is 8 in the numerator. Now in the denominator, if this was in parentheses, then this would be positive. But according to the order of operations, we have to do the exponent first. And that's 3 squared is 9. And then you multiply it by the negative. So this is a negative 9 underneath here. Okay, so here, 4 to the negative 1, it's going to go downstairs. So 4 to the first. And negative 7 times 0, to the 0 power, is 1, but I have that negative here, so it's negative 1. So this is negative 1 times 4, so 1 over negative 4. Okay, and finally over here, I've got negative 5 to the 0 power. It's in parentheses. This is going to equal 1, and 3 to the minus 1 goes in the denominator. So this one is 1 over 3. Okay, so I would like you to try these. If we were in class together, I would have a worksheet for you, but we don't. So take a minute, write these down, do your best. The best way to learn how to do these is through practice. I think they're really fun. So, so go ahead and pause your video and give them a try. Okay, so z to the 0 power, we know this. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Over here, we have a to the negative 8. It's upstairs, so it's going to go downstairs. A to the 8th, 1 over a to the 8th. Over here, we have, well, let me put it, hopefully you can see that. Over here, we have 6. That stays upstairs, times 1. And then we have b to the negative 2, so b squared goes down here. So the answer is 6 over b squared. Okay, over here, we have 3 different things that are being multiplied, right? So we got to look at all 3 of those differently, just like over in question 11. 14 stays on the top, stays upstairs. M to the negative 4 goes downstairs, becomes m to the 4th, and n to the 0 is 1. So we have 14 over n to the 4th. Over here, we have s to the 0 is 1, so 1 is just going to stay here at the bottom. 3 stays at the top. Oh, just kidding. It's 3 to the minus 2 power. So it goes to the bottom and becomes 3 to the positive 2. And then r to the negative 3 goes downstairs, r to the third. So we get 1 over 9r to the third. And finally, this one's a little trickier. We've got 2 cubed, that stays on top, it doesn't have a negative exponent. A to the minus 3 power, it's going to go downstairs, so I've got a to the third. Then we've got 8, which stays down below. Oh, no it doesn't. Wow. Tomorrow must be Thanksgiving. Okay, 8 to the negative 1 means it goes upstairs, becomes 8. B to the negative 5 comes upstairs, times b to the 5th, and then c to the 0 is 1. So this becomes 2 to the third is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. So we've got 64 b to the 5th over a to the third. If I made any mistakes in there, let me know. I think I got them though. These can get kind of tricky. Okay, here's a few more I want you to try. We'll go through them pretty quick. This is mostly, like I said, this is a review and a lot of it is just practice. So go ahead and pause your video and we'll do these. All right, 3 to the 5th over 3 to the third. Well, we've got the same base. We need to subtract. So this is going to become 3 squared, right? Because I've got 5 on top, 3 on the bottom. That leaves me with 2, which is 9. Okay, same thing here. I've got negative 2 is my base. I subtract the exponents. That gives me a 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Okay, same base, so I add the exponents. So this is negative 5th to the 6th power. I don't know what that is. It's something big. All right, q to the 5th to the third. Remember, 1 base, 2 exponents. Now we multiply. So this is q to the 15th. Okay, this is going to be a to the negative 8th. And usually they don't want things with negative exponents. So now this becomes 1 over a to the 8th. It gets flipped. Okay, over here we have, I'm going to do the numerator first because it needs to be simplified. And that same base, we add the exponents. So c to the 7th over c to the 6th gives me c because now I subtract the exponents. So I added and then I subtracted. So I multiplied and then I divided. Okay, negative 4d to the 4th power. That means I'm going to have negative 4 to the 4th times d to the 4th because I'm kind of distributing here. Negative 4 to the 4th power is, I don't know, negative 4 to the 4th power is 256. I should know that, but I don't. 256d to the 4th. Okay, now we actually have a couple of options on this one. We can distribute this exponent first, or we can flip the whole thing and then distribute from there. But I think I'm going to just do it first. So I've got negative 3 to the negative third and f to the negative third. So this becomes, both of these are going to get flipped. So 1 over negative 3 to the third, because once it's flipped, the negative goes away, f to the third. And negative 3 to the third is negative 27. So negative 27 f to the third, right? Yeah. Okay, oh, this one's interesting. I like this one. So for this one, it's a negative 3, and remember that it gets flip-flopped. So this is going to end up being 4 to the negative third over x to the negative third because I'm kind of distributing. And now they both flip. So x to the third over 4 to the third. So x cubed over 64. Okay. I am going to cover the next bit in the next video.